Good evening. I live in Sweden. I was born and raised here, so I have some experience with secular humanism. Secular humanism is a really well-meant philosophy. The idea is to take away the religious element out of a culture and make people more in touch with their own thinking and more to encourage people to really think for themselves without having to consider religious dogma or religious authorities. Now, that's really a beautiful thought, empowering people to think for themselves. I mean, who wouldn't want that? Which God wouldn't want that? Which sane and benevolent God wouldn't want that? However, what happens in real life is that after a few generations of no religious education, no respect for religious traditions, especially not your own, a people like that, in this case the Swedish people, and if you look at the cultural map, you'll see that we are the spearhead of that. A people like that grows oblivious to religion and loses awareness of what religion does to mentality. So when such a culture deprived of its religious component then is visited by tens or hundreds of thousands, even millions of religiously minded peoples from faraway cultures, then that Swedish people, the secularized people, the host culture, has no clue what religion means to the immigrants or the visitors. No clue. So we have the Swedish mentality has no clue what religion means, what power religion has over the mentality of the Mid-Eastern peoples that move to Sweden now, and Afghani peoples, North African peoples that move to Sweden now. We have no preparation to deal with it, and they know that. They're here to take over, because in their minds, a godless people has no right to exist. In the eyes of God, the Swedes are simply an annoyance that should go away. God would be much happier without Swedes, because in their view, Swedes are godless. Most Swedish people also feel that Swedes are godless, but they like it. But when it comes down to it, I disagree. Swedes are not godless. Swedes have such an intimate and interiorized relationship to the divine that they shun from religious expression, because they have this feeling that no expression in the physical world can be pure enough to express the divine. And that is the Swedish sentiment. That is what has happened in our official striving to do away with religion. Religion then came to be seen as the scaffolding around a house that were under construction, that in the Swedish culture now is finished. So the scaffolding is taken away. Nevertheless, the naivete that brought us might possibly be the end of us. Maybe I belong to the last generation. Sweden was a good idea.